Good morning. Hey guys. Hey Sister Marie. Hey Peter. Hey Rebecca. Hey PSV. Hey DJ. I just thought I'd do a quick pop-up live. Um, Little man's still sleeping and I have lots and lots to burn and I'm gonna have a lot more. So I just thought I'd go live and chit chat with you guys with my morning coffee. So I got it going a little bit. Hey Log Man, good morning. Oh, no problem. Thank you for stopping in, everybody. It's a little chilly out this morning. It's supposed to get up to like 80 degrees this week. It's another reason why I wanted to get out here this morning and get some of this burning done before he woke up, because a lot of our day is going to be spent outside working in the garden. I got to go get some more dirt today. Yeah, we just need to take advantage of the warm weather. Hey, Carl, good morning. Yes, that is exactly right, Peter. It is the best time. But we've had a lot of rain, so a lot of this is damp, so I'm kind of struggling here this morning. Probably need to go add some leaves to it to keep it going. Let me go add some leaves to it to keep it going. Well, guys, it's not working. I'm gonna have to get some stuff from inside because it's not working. Good morning, Angela. Good morning, Backlash. I am just trying to get some burning done that is way overdue before the little guy wakes up. And I don't know what keeps going on with this light, guys. I apologize. Oh, here comes my favorite little feral, Mr. Marshall. And our little white kitty cat, that is really not our cat. It's kind of a semi-feral. We take care of it. We thought she was pregnant and she had her babies. So, and it was very obvious she had her babies. She came back one morning, it was 2 days ago, 3 days ago, she came back and, hey, good morning, was completely back to normal size. Like, I wish it happened like that for humans. After you have a baby, or the next morning you're shrunk back up. But yeah, it doesn't work like that. But yeah, it's very obvious that she had her babies. Unfortunately, they are out in the woods somewhere. Way out here, I don't know if you can see where I'm pointing, there's like a little chair right there. So way past that, on the other side of those trees, is a complete drop off. It's like, it's like 100-foot drop. It used to be an old quarry back there. So we see the cats, we see her run down that way, and then we also see her run somewhere on this side of our property. But again, I'm not gonna go scaling the wall and scaling the rock to look for these kittens. We have been walking the property and trying to listen for them, but we've had no luck finding these kittens yet. So um, we know, I'm very confident that she is with them and taking care of them, because she's not been out here with us as much. You know, she kind of comes um, and waits for her morning breakfast, and then she'll come back when it's dinner time, and then we don't see her, which is not typical of her. She's usually around a lot more throughout the day. So I am confident that she is taking care of those kittens. Um, and I'm glad it's warmer. I'm glad it's not the dead of winter, but I really would like to get my hands on those kittens and make sure that they're okay, and you know, all that good stuff. So, well, my fire is slowly smoldering on the bed right next to you. Yeah, see, Peter, this little white cat. Good morning, Shirley. This little white kitten, I mean, the poor thing, she's still a baby herself. Like, she is, I mean, she may just have reached the point where she could have kittens, and she had kittens. Um, but she is not even fully grown yet. So I feel really bad for her. So I was a little nervous that I mean, I know they're animals. My husband's like, they're animals. People, they do this all the time. They have babies out in the wild all the time. But, you know, me, it's the motherly in me. I'm just like a nervous wreck about these kittens and worried, and I just want to make sure they're okay. So, but I'm gonna have to I don't even know if I have any more paper. I need to find something to get this fire rolling here, because I see some cardboard. Hang on. We might be back in business. Oh, thanks, Shirley. Thank you for stopping in. Good morning, Mona. How are you? And I still need to go in and schedule my weekly live for this week. I'll probably do it on Thursday. I have not done that yet. I'm just behind on everything. You know, it is that time of year, though. Everybody is outside working, trying to take advantage of the nice weather, get caught up on everything. So let me go see if I can get this going. Alright, we'll see how that does. Everything's a little bit damp out here. And I typically, when I started the fire with this, I probably need to adjust it a little bit. So I take the dryer lint, I keep the dryer lint, and then the used toilet paper rolls. And then I stuff my toilet paper rolls with, good morning, Des. I stuff my toilet paper rolls with the dryer lint and use that as my fire starters. But I think because everything is so damp, it just wasn't picking up this morning. But I might. The sun quick. think if I adjust it, the moon's still out. You can barely see it. It's right above the camera where you guys can't see it, but the moon's still out. So yeah, anybody got any big plans for today? I am just hosted a seed swap, and I am going to be sorting more seeds and mailing out some packages today. I'm hoping to get some more in the mail today. But yeah, we're going to make a little trip to the post office. Good morning, Freckled and Frugal. How are you? Oh, Peter, they literally just had those kittens. Hang on, I gotta try and keep my flame going. All right, now we're in business for a while, I think. Good morning, Jamie. The fir trees, when they're dried out, really help with the fire versus just regular sticks, because they still have the greenery on them, so it tends to poof up more. I did put a couple big logs in the very bottom, so they're probably wet. I tend to put too much wood in the fire when I am trying to burn, because I want to hurry it up and get it done. So I probably hurt myself by doing this. I do it the wrong way. But that's all right. Hey, Chef, good morning. Hey, I just did another video where I used more of my leftover rib meat in some enchiladas, and they were phenomenal. So I think now we've used up all the rib meat, but boy, we got like 3 meals out of that, at least 3 meals, maybe 4. Probably we would have got more if my husband wouldn't have been munching on the ribs as soon as I took them out of the oven. Jamie, I'm just did a pop-up live. Little man is still sleeping, and I am way behind on my burning. The weather I got behind on burning, and then the weather didn't cooperate. So I'm just out here now trying to burn a little bit and just take advantage of him being asleep, which probably won't last for much longer, but that's okay. So yeah, I probably shouldn't have put my cover on there because excuse me, because I don't know where my stick is to get it off. It's gonna be Yeah, if I could get through that pile today, that would be great. But I'm not holding my breath. I'm not holding my breath because um, little man is a wannabe firefighter. And so when he sees smoke or flames or anything, he is right away trying to put the fire out. And I'm talking candles, incense, everything. So it's super cute. But he will be drawn to the fire, so I don't like to. And I know he knows to stay away from it. Um, but I'd rather just not deal with it and mess with it. Hey, Randy, good morning. Oh, see, now my flames are going good now. My flames are going good. We just have so much brush, and I wish I knew somebody that had a wood chipper or a mulcher or something that we could borrow. Or I even thought about calling a local tree place, because I had called once before. It was a couple months ago, and obviously they were slow because of the time of year that it was. Um, but I thought about calling to see if they would actually just come and mulch, put a bunch of stuff in the wood chipper for me. All of our, um, debris and stuff that I'm burning right now, because we do need, the mulch and the wood chips, and then they could just mulch it and leave it where it is. But I don't know if they even do that. So I would need to, ask in advance before I start cutting everything back and making a huge pile, because I did that first when we first moved here. Um, it took us a couple months to get caught up on our burn pile because I had cut. Hey, good morning, anyone coming in. If I missed you, I am sorry. But it took us months to get caught up because you cut and trim a lot faster than you can burn and get rid of stuff. So it looks like I lost my flame already. Dang it. All right, back in business. Back in business. Thank you guys all for stopping in. I'll probably do my weekly live Thursday. I'm considering actually doing it around the same time. Being that somebody's sleeping and I can talk normal outside. Even in our back room, he hears me and he will get up. It never fails. 10 minutes, 20 minutes into the live, I hear him come out of his bedroom door. So it's just really hard to do that in the wintertime. Hey, good morning, Annette. Or good evening. Yeah, good evening there. I'm just trying to, just burning some stuff, Annette. Just burning some debris that we got sitting around the property. trying to get some stuff done while little guy is still sleeping, and thought I would just do a pop-up live while I was standing out here enjoying my coffee. Yeah, it was really hard to do these up until now because of the weather. It was so cold, it just was not feasible. But now I think I will. Sorry if I missed you. I'm trying to catch everybody here. I got my phone out here. Any marshmallows? No, I'm out of marshmallows, Randy. I have peeps, though. I could roast some peeps. I need to get some. We usually, this time of year, I usually have them stocked because we love to do. We've got the long skewer things so we can do our hot dogs and marshmallows. I don't do s'mores that often. I should do them more. I don't do them that often because my oldest doesn't like chocolate, never has. And then the little guy still, he likes it all, but he wants it all separately. So he'll eat his marshmallow and then his pick off the chocolate and then, it's melted. So yeah, it's easier just to give him his marshmallow and his piece of chocolate. And yet at this age, he doesn't know the difference. And my husband's diabetic, so I haven't made these. Good morning again, Tiffany. How are you? I just thought I'd do a pop-up live real quick. Probably should go put some more on this and then just let it go because I know there's some huge logs down in the bottom of that, and I know it's going to continue to burn, so. Let me go see if I can throw this big old one on there. Alright, so that should burn for quite a while. I have the 2 big logs in there and they're a little bit damp. But if I can get rid of the 2 big logs, I will be happy. So, and then I have a project I have to start working on. And hey, PSV, I'm sorry if I missed you. You snuck in. And good morning, Demi. So I'm going to turn the camera. I'm going to show you guys this project that I need to start working on. And I'm honestly dreading it because I do not like snakes. I know most people don't like snakes. I don't like snakes. And I have seen way too many already here on the property. And I know where they are, and I have to go work where they are, and I am not looking forward to that. But let me turn this. So I'll just take you guys with me. I don't know if you'll be able to see. So right there, yes, that's an RV. It's not ours. That is the property line. Yes, that's total hooge, I know, but you cannot see it from the street, so thank goodness. So that is our shed on the far one side of our property, one of our sheds. I need to clean up all that stuff sitting in front of that because I'm going to plant underneath of there. We've got kind of a mock little wood pile going on, burn thing there. But I saw on Pinterest where you take some, I don't know if it's exactly 2x4s, but some kind of wood of that size. And whatever would fit down in those concrete blocks, let's put it that way. Whatever size of wood fits in those concrete blocks, that's the size you need. And you put the poles in, so they're kind of put the blocks together, and then you have the poles sticking out, or the wood sticking out, so it's kind of like in a V shape. And then you stack your wood Oh, look, here comes Marshall. You stack your wood in that V. So I need to get rid of that wood. I need to get rid of all that stuff. There's actually a planter or garden box behind the sandbags yeah, those are sandbags my daughter took out of her car. Since she drives an hour and a half to work, obviously the sandbags are needed here in Missouri. They might have been my husband's too. I don't know. We have to put them in the truck and the car. Oh, what are you doing, Marshall? You getting a drink, Marshall? You getting a drink? He's so sweet. He's such a little old man, but he doesn't bother anybody. So I'm going to be working on that shed area this week. I can't decide if I'm going to do some raised beds there. I don't know what is going on with this lighting, you guys. Maybe I need to move you down a notch. If I'm going to do raised beds there or if I'm just going to in-ground plant. It gets the morning sun, but it gets no afternoon sun. Well, it gets the morning sun once the sun is up over the house. So I guess it'd be mid-morning sun, really. But I'm just so dreading moving all those branches over there because I bet there's a snake under there. Bet there's a snake under there. But it's got to get done. It's been sitting there. Thanks, Jamie, for dropping links. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's got to get done. It's just one of those projects and tasks that you keep putting off. And obviously here we have a lot of projects going on right now. It is new property, old, it's an old rundown property, and it's that time of year for projects. So the husband is working on our coop. Oh, you guys want to go see the coop? Let's go see the coop. I did get some footage of the coop. We'll have to be quick because he could be getting up any second now. Hang on one second. Okay, we'll go look at the coop. So I did shoot a little bit of footage for the coop. But I haven't been able to or do anything yet. Sorry for the bounce. It's probably going to be really, really bright over here because... Thanks, Jamie. All right, guys. So that's our other shed. It's currently empty because it needs to be brush cleaned out. This is like where a lot of our brushes. I think my husband is doing a wonderful, hey, good morning, Decilio. I know I never say that. I hopped on your live this morning for a minute. But then my husband got up and I had to start making his stuff for work. But thank you for being here. I appreciate it. And I apologize. I know I butchered your name. So this is actually the first thing my husband has ever constructed. And, it's a learning experience. But you guys, I think he's doing awesome. And I know you're looking at it and like, okay, well, where's the door? So, yes, the door is literally going to be right here in the middle. I found some vintage doors at an antique store down the road, but I need to get back in touch with them to see if they are going to let me have them for the price that I offered them. Otherwise, he's going to build a door, but it's going to go, I'll try and hold this. It's going to go right there. You're just going to have to cut this out. But yeah, we already started on the wire. This is where he's going to have, the actual house, the hen house. So I don't know what the footage on this is going to be or what it is for it. He actually started building this in the front yard where it was more level. And then we had to ratchet strap it to our truck and slowly drag this over here where we thought we wanted it. And then, however, thank goodness for Mother Nature and all the rain, because it's a very bad low spot, and there was literally standing water in the coop, so that's no good. So we are gonna have to actually hook this back up and drag it further into the yard. So, but was kind of not sure. We actually thought about putting the chicken wire on the whole entire floor, and so like the whole bottom was enclosed, you know, wrapped underneath. But we have since decided against that. And what we've got now, what we're going to do right now, I don't know if you guys can see this. So there's our extra chicken wire, and I think what we're going to do, we are going to see how this works, putting it down on the outside of the coop a little bit. We are not going to dig under the ground right now. And we'll just see how it goes with the predators. If we need to adjust and put some hardware cloth or dig it up, then we will at that time. But we're kind of on crunch time now. We got 2 chicks that are almost of age to come out in here. And yeah, we kind of just need to get the ball rolling here. And our roof is going to be tin. We're going to get the tin to put on the roof, but it's going to probably we're going to put plywood on the top of it first. So the top's going to have plywood, and then we're going to cover it with tin. That's going to be our roof. And like I said, he still has to put all the walls on the hen house. Inside, our nesting boxes, we are actually, again, Pinterest, we are actually going to be using for starting off some old milk crates. It's not actually ideal, but we are trying to do this, you know, no spend, low budget, all that good stuff. So, sorry, I'm trying to read. All right. And I am still smoldering here, which is a good thing. All right, so yeah, so that's the coop. You guys got a little inside peek. Our chicks are doing great. The 4 we have left. I'm hoping to get 2 more of the black silks. Again, black silks were my 2 little favorites, but they were little and the big guys picked them off. So yeah, hang on one second. Oh, so it's right in front of me. I'll show you guys. So here's the board. This is our board that's going on our coop right here. Big board, we got to cut it. And looks like he has started already too, cutting some wood for replacing our deck back here. We have to totally replace hey, good morning, Jonathan. We have to totally replace the whole deck on the back because it's just rotted. Most of it's rotted. We already did replace a couple boards when we first bought the property, just so we could safely walk on it. But yeah, so his first construction project is the coop. Second is our back porch. Rather him start on the coop than the porch. So so thank you guys all for being here. I am so sorry if I missed you. Hope everybody, the weather has given everybody a break. It's been so nasty and all over lately here. I haven't honestly watched the news since last week when we had bad weather. Yeah, I need a coffee refill, Jamie. My coffee is cold. Mine is gold now from being out here. was trying to make it through another month until I had to place a... Oh, Mona, thank you. It looks bigger than it is. We only are on, we're actually only on an acre here, a little over an acre. But the way the properties and the neighbors are set up, it just makes it feel like there's more. So that's another reason why we were okay with purchasing this small of an acreage for starters, because it does make it feel like we do have more than we do. Eventually we'd like to buy more, but we wanted to be mortgage free, so this is what was in our budget at the time. So in order for me not to work, we wanted to be able to stay home with my son. I did not get to do that with my daughter. My mother at least watched her growing up, but I missed out on all that, and I missed out on a lot. So since we were able to swing it with moving out of the city here, I left the workforce and I stay at home with my son. But if we were to have a mortgage hanging over our head, that would not have been doable. I definitely would be working full time. So you give and you take, and you're never going to be able to get the perfect property. Other than that, I mean, I'm perfect. I love it here. So, yep, exactly, Jamie. We moved about an hour and 20 minutes away from where we lived prior to this, and up there it was a city, big city, and the price of property there, when we first started looking, I had my circle on the maps, like, okay, we're only gonna go this far away from home. And we quickly realized, and we did purchase this when the properties were just going like hotcakes. I mean, I don't know how the market is now, but the market 2 years ago at this time was stuff we couldn't get there fast enough, because we were trying, obviously we had a certain budget since we were paying cash and not having a mortgage over our heads. We were looking at, obviously, rehabbers. We were looking at stuff that... I am working full time, that is true. Stuff that was almost condemned, mobile homes that needed complete renos, properties without any home at all. I mean, you name it, we were looking at it. My poor husband put so many miles on the car and drove, because we had the small baby at the time. He drove and drove all over Missouri looking at properties. And no joke, he would go to some that were, the foreclosure sales, all that stuff. And there'd be lines. I mean, lines to get in. I mean, it was insane. So this one I actually had been watching, and it actually went off the market for months, because I believe it had a pending sale on it. Then one day it just came back on the market, and I was like, it's a sign. So here we are, and it'll be... I've been here 2 years. We've owned the property 3 years. No, 21, 2 years. Anyway, we'll be living here 2 full years in October. We moved in on Halloween. But yeah, it just... Hey, Michelle, good morning. How are you? I am doing great, just taking advantage of this nice weather. It almost looks like my stuff's not smoldering anymore. Everything burns up except my 2 big damp logs I put in there. So I'm not gonna mess with it anymore. Later today I will have to throw some paper and stuff in there and get it going again. Hopefully the wind does not pick up. That was another thing. It's been way too, not to mention rainy, but it's been way too windy lately to burn. I probably could still have burned or, wet the whole area and then burn, but I grew up, my dad's a retired fire chief, so I grew up fire safety, fire safety, fire safety. So I'm already technically not doing this right either, because you should have it raised off the ground. Our barrels should be raised off the ground, sitting on some bricks or something. It should not be, or on some gravel or something. It should not be directly on the ground. So he gets on me every time he sees it. I just haven't fixed it yet. So I don't know if you guys, can you guys hear the cars? We can hear in the winter. Well, now once the leaves start coming back on the trees, we'll be able to hear it. But we actually live close enough to the highway that in the wintertime, when the leaves and everything are off the trees, we can hear the cars on the highway, and I can still hear the cars on the highway right now. Barely? Okay, I wasn't sure if you guys could even hear them. The semis, when the semis come down, you can definitely hear the semis if, when they hit the, whatever that's called, on the side of the road. Randy, you know what it's called for still in here. The stuff on the side of the road that goes makes you, wake up when you fall asleep at the wheel. You can definitely hear them when they hit that. You can hear the horns, all that. It is kind of funny, like in the wintertime when there's snow and the weather is really bad, I will, because, a lot of times the traffic report is not exactly current. And since my husband drives almost an hour and a half commute each way to work, I'm up on it. When there's bad weather, there's snow, I am up like an hour before he's got to leave, or get up just to be like, okay, here's what's going on, and you got to do this. But in the wintertime, I'll go outside because you can hear the sirens. I know that sounds silly, but if I hear sirens in the wintertime and I'm out here, hey, good morning, T-Vlog. Thanks for coming in. If I can hear the sirens, then I know he needs to leave early, because even though it has not updated on our Google traffic report, you bet your butt that the traffic is stopped because there's an accident. So there is a plus, I guess. But again, it's another downfall. I wanted to be far enough out in the country that we didn't hear this, because we heard, in the city we could hear this, and our place we lived right before this, the property backed up to a highway as well. But again, you give and you take, and you're never going to get the perfect property. Even if you're a millionaire, there's always going to be something that you are not 100% about. Even if you buy property and you're building your dream home, I have several people that I know that have done that, and it's still, oh, we would have done this, we should have done this. So, guys, it's never going to be perfect. What are you looking for, Marshall? What are you looking for? Boy, he is just wandering around here today. Usually he's laying down. Hey, big guy. Usually he's already napping back porch. Oh, he's gonna go eat some more breakfast. Eat some more breakfast. I am going to go to Lowe's this morning and mix up some more. The rumble strip. Yes, I couldn't think of it, Rebecca. The rumble strip. Mix up some more dirt for my big, huge mineral tubs that I have, so I can plant in those. But yeah, that's about it. I need to do a Walmart order, Hey, Pizza Demon. Thanks for coming in. I need to do a Walmart order as well, but I don't know if I'll do that today or if I will order it. A lot of times I order it and then my husband has to drive right past it on his way home. So I'm like, hey, swing by and pick up our Walmart order on your way home from work. I'm sure he really appreciates that when he's like, I just want to get home. I have been on the road for over an hour and I don't want to go to Walmart because who wants to do that? But God love him. But he does want his, food and his snacks and his soda. So usually there's no complaints. I don't ask him to do that if there's bad weather. But what I was started to say earlier as I was looking at our propane tank is, I don't know how propane prices are where everyone lives, but ours are like sky high. They have been fluctuating like drastically over the last month. So I've needed to, been watching our online, we can go in and check, approximately how much propane we've got left in our tank. And I always place the call when before it gets 20%, right? When it's about 20%. But I tell you what, guys, I took it down this time. I don't even know how much is in there. And you're supposed to not, you're not supposed to order online for some reason. If it's below 20%, it's not supposed to let you order. So I told a little white lie when I placed the order because I think our tank is below 20%, but then they charge, I don't know. Anyway, that's what the driver told me last time. He said, always place your order before 20%, before you get below 20%. So I put in there, yeah, we're at 23%, it's approximate. So no lie, technically it's approximate. But I have been checking, waiting to order it because it's been fluctuating. So a couple weeks ago I went in and the minimum order you can order is 100 gallons of propane. That's the minimum order they'll bring you. And so we are definitely on a budget right now. The last couple times I've just done a whole fill up, but right now that is not going to happen. And so I kept checking, watching our numbers, make sure we had propane. 2 weeks ago, when I went to order the propane, it was like $310 total with taxes, all their fees for 100 gallons of propane. That is that's the prices it's been in a long time. So I'm like, I'm not, we're going to wait. I'm just going to keep checking it. I know we're okay. I know we're not going to run out. Now, if it was wintertime, if it was 0 degrees, because story about that coming up next, I would have already had to call. We would have had to just get it no matter what because we're on propane. Our stove is electric. It was propane prior, but the people capped the line, so I could technically make my stove a gas stove again if I wanted. But when we moved in, the line was capped, so we just threw an electric stove in there and called it a day. Anyway, so 2 days ago, I go to place our propane order. Same 100 gallons of propane for $273 with taxes included. Yes, everyone's on a budget these days. That is no joke. So it went, in 2 weeks' time, it went from $310, and I guess it's just like regular, fuel for your car. But it went from $310 to $273. So in my book, that's a big difference. Pocketbook-wise, that's a big difference. So I did finally place our propane order. It should be here, well, I don't know what time it is. We're the first stop when we get a refill because the company where they go, or the place where they go pick up their trucks, is like 10 minutes, not even 10 minutes down the road from us. So I know we're the first one because they're usually here at like 6:45 in the morning filling our tank. So pretty sure it's past 6:45. I can't see my time on my phone when I have this on unless I click off of it. So a little quick story about our propane tank. When we first moved in here, I'm new to this. We've never had a propane tank before. If we had gas, it was, the gas lines under the ground. I've never had a tank. City girl from day one. So we had our tank. It's October. We move in. It gets really cold in November. I'm talking 0 degrees, guys. 0 degrees the November we moved in. And I wake up one morning and it's like 50 degrees in the house. You know, I'm an idiot and I know that these guys got a great laugh about it. Yeah, our tank holds 500 gallons is how big our tank is, but I only filled it with 100 gallons. So I got, for $273 with taxes and fees, we got 100 gallons of propane. Called the heater repair people. They came, they were looking, blah blah blah. Long story short, guys, we were out of propane. We were out of propane. So it is no joke, 0 degrees outside. And we had no way to heat the house because we have a wood burning stove, but it's like vintage. It's an Ashley air circulating stove, so it burns wood, but it's I guess a fancier stove. I know you can still buy them at Lowe's because I priced them and they were like $1,000 to $1,500 new. So that is another project that we're going to see if it is fixable, because that will save us so much on heat in the wintertime and on propane. So anyway, we didn't have that either. So I had to hang I hung blankets over all of our windows. We closed off the kitchen to the living room opening with a blanket. I went to Dollar General and picked up portable heaters, and we had to make it. We were bundled up, no joke. Kid was in his gloves and his winter coat. Because if you want an emergency fill, typically when you place your order, it's about 2 to 3 business days in our area before they show up to fill the propane. If you want an emergency fill, it's not even guaranteed next day. An emergency filled around here, they guarantee it at 24 to 48 hours later. So we still could have been waiting. We waited 3 days. We could have waited 2 days. However, they charge you $300. $300 for an emergency fill. Now, don't get me wrong. If it was any colder than that, we would have had to pay the emergency fill, because I wasn't going to let my daughter, luckily, was at work that time, so she was not even here. But if it would have gotten bad enough where little man, where it was too bad for him, I wouldn't have, obviously put his life in danger. But it got to be probably like the coldest in the house. It got to be about 49 in the house. But you do what you got to do. So so we got, that was our propane. Now I figured out how the propane works. I got all that. Then here's another blonde moment. Okay. Now keep in mind, guys, I am new to all the country life. So this last summer, our air conditioner goes out. And we are pushing like 90 something degrees in the house. And I'm like, well, it's clicking, it's doing this, I'm like, here's my blonde moment. I'm like, does the air conditioner need propane? I'm freaking out. Are we out of propane again? But no, our air conditioner was completely out. Totally shot craps. We had to put in a whole entire new air conditioning unit it hasn't even been a year. It was like August. It was, stuff happens to us when it's the coldest temperature and when it's the hottest temperature. I do remember saying that because I was like, really? Here we go again. But yeah, it was like super freaking hot here. And the air went out. So, okay, good morning, Jerry. Susan. I'm pretty sure it's Jerry. What you doing, Marshall? You guys see Marshall back here just pacing around? I don't know what's going on here with him this morning. He is normally not this mobile at all. But so anyway, so we should be good to go this summer because we have a brand new unit. If we have problems, then at least I know it's not going to cost us $1,300 again for another unit. So, great time for expanding the family. Are you talking to me? Getting time great time to expand the family. Heck no. Heck no. We just expanded our family. If you're talking to me, we just expanded our family 3 years ago. Hey, good morning, Jen and Steve. And yeah, he was not planned. Our oldest, Pete's Demon, our oldest is 20, and our youngest is just turned 3. Well, our oldest turned 20 in March, and our youngest turned 3 in February. So they're 17 years apart. Wow, I didn't think I was already been on here an hour. But yeah, I might just cut it off here in a minute, guys. I'm getting ready to roll an hour, but I have been sipping on this cold coffee for a good while now, and I just can't do it anymore. I just can't do the cold coffee anymore when it's still chilly out here. So that's dumped out. So I am gonna hop. I thank you guys so much for being here. I am gonna do another live for sure Thursday, because I'm gonna try to do Thursday as my scheduled lives at about 5:30, 6 o'clock. I haven't decided exactly what time. That way I can try and do them outside, because I seem to have better luck in the mornings not waking little guy. That is what I'm going to try this summer. But, and you know what? I might even go live a couple more times. It just really depends. My lives, guys, are at the convenience of my child. So I am trying to get on a schedule, but it's just really hard to do. Yeah, Jerry, I just popped up. I didn't have this scheduled. I had a burn. Was trying to burn a bunch of stuff this morning. I was up out here before the sun came up, just trying to burn while he was sleeping, because we've been trimming so much up here lately. And I just thought, hey, let's just go live. So that's what I did. But yeah, you guys might even see me every day this week. You never know. It is all going to be at the convenience of my 3-year-old. So thank you guys so much for stopping in. And until next time, everyone have an... Yeah, I burned. I got it to burn, Jerry. It's still smoking. The only thing that, well, I have a lot more left to burn, but I stopped burning because I didn't want it to be flaming and him wake up. Yeah, everything burned except for I got 2 huge thick logs in the burn barrel that were a little damp, so they're still sitting in there, but everything else burned. I'm not brave enough. We've got a huge pile out front too that was there when we came, and it's right at the edge of the road, and I really need to just light it on fire and burn it. But again, that is the fire chief's daughter in me, where that is definitely not fire safety. So I have not had the guts to just light our piles. I see people burn piles all over. I know we're in the country, but as y'all know, I am a city girl, so I have not had the guts to light my burn pile on fire in my yard yet. Growing up, I was able to, this is back in the day when you could still do this, but my dad worked for 2 fire departments, and one of the fire departments he worked for was a volunteer department, and I was able to go on calls with him. So I went and saw way too many brush fires, etc. So I'm a little paranoid to... Oh, you are too, Jen? That's awesome. Yeah, my dad was a volunteer from age 16 until I don't want to say until he retired. When he retired, he only retired from one department. He early retired from his volunteer department because we had 2, a city and the county merged. 2 for sure, I forget, 2 or 3 departments merged, making it's called Central County Fire Department, Central County Fire and Rescue, and it's in St. Charles County right now. But when they merged, he is not into all the politics part of that, so he was battalion chief at that time for that department. He early retired and just continued on with his one department. So yeah, he was 24 on, 24 off, and then when he was off, he would be home, he'd come home at like 6:30 in the morning and change clothes, take a shower, whatever, and be out the door. And at the other fire department job, from 8 to 5, and then get up the next morning at 5 and do 24 on, 24 off. But anyway, maybe one day, maybe I should just ask him to come down here. He might like that. Be like, hey, Dad, you want to come help me do a control burn? He might like that. So, but it's really getting hard for him to get around. But anyway, I'm going to stop talking now. So y'all have a great day, and thank you guys so much for joining me. And until next time, everyone, have an awesome day.